as we like to say on some of these days. It's going to be a solo show for me today. Let's make sure we are live. I don't see anyone watching. So I don't know if we're live. Are we live? Okay, we're live. We are live. Okay. Please comment that the audio video is okay. And yep, but I do see it live now. It was a little bit of a delay. Okay, cool. So we're going to go straight to the charts in case anyone's wondering where I am. I am back in Koh Samui, Thailand. I was just doing a bunch of dives in Koh Tao. I have not been on social media at all. I got so many videos of dive sites. Did some crazy diving in Maldives with the sharks. And this morning did a full penetration dive of a warship. That was so much fun. I'm just gonna every time Bitcoin crashes, I'm just gonna do crazier and crazier dives. Next week, maybe I'll go find a cave or something. We'll find out, and we'll get there. Okay, let's go to the charts. That's what everyone's here for. I'm gonna go straight to screen share here. I didn't actually set up my screen share before I started, so let's do that now. Here we go. Okay, there's the screen share. Before I go with the charts, hey guys, Matt put out a video this morning. I literally just checked into my hotel. I'm gonna watch it the moment I get off the stream. It's only 10 minutes long. If you haven't watched this yet, make sure you watch it. I mean, I know what it's about because him and I briefly discussed it in text messages. And check it out. He may or may not be able to join on this stream, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you a stream tomorrow, but we're taking it day by day. Okay, so here's a really important part. Several months ago, actually at the end of the year, back in the September-October candle, we had a green star candle on a 2-month chart. Now, this green star candle on a 2-month chart has always led to incredibly high gains. But there's one more important part coming. We have never had a red star candle that followed a green star candle without getting to an MRI top. This has never happened. So now we have 15 years of history. I understand it's 2 monthly candles. Let's review. We had a green star on a 2-month candle in July of 2010. It led to an MRI top. That was the first time. Second time, green star candle in July of 2012 led to an MRI top. Third time, yes, then we got a red star candle, but the red star candle came after an MRI top. The third green star candle came in November of 2015. It led to an MRI top, immediately into another green star candle, which unfortunately missed the MRI top and gave us a red star candle. But yes, this is an indication that we had a red star candle that followed a green star candle. But remember, this green star candle still led to an MRI top. This was just a bonus. It was a secondary bonus. Let's move on. So we do have the same situation now. Okay, so this is why I review charts. We had another green star candle led to an MRI top. Another green star that was back in September of 2020. Oops. And then we had another green star candle leading to an MRI top. This one was in March of 23. And then we immediately got a second green star candle. So the only other time we had 2 consecutive green star candles without flipping to a red count was the only other time was in 2017. That did not lead to a red star candle. So here in 2017, we still had a massive gain. This time around, we did not have a massive gain. Now, the count is still bullish on a 2-month candle. We did not reach the cup and handle target. The cup and handle is seen better on the 1-month chart. We're going to go and look at that now. The 1-month chart has a much cleaner cup and handle look. Actually, the weekly chart probably will have a cleaner look, but that's okay. And waiting for the MRI to load to see what it looks like. Now, we had a green star candle, and we now have a red star candle. The month has just begun. We're only 1 week into the month, so there's plenty of time. I have a good feeling that we are going to reach bottom this week. It may have already happened. So I think there's a high probability this red star candle will not be here when the month of April ends. We will see. Trump is not actually doing favors with our markets, and I do blame Trump for a lot of the crashes that are happening. Uh, do I have anything else to say on a monthly chart? Okay, so even though I'm assuming this red star candle will go away, let's talk about the worst case scenario. I think that the bottom, I don't think we're going to go significantly into the $60,000 range. What does that mean, significantly into the $60,000 range? I think if the price of Bitcoin crashes into the $60,000 range, I think it would only stay there for a very short amount of time. Short is, of course, relative. It could be anywhere from a few minutes to a few days. I don't see us spending more than 3 days below 70,000. I don't see it. If that happens, I think we have to assume that the bull market may have topped. Okay? But I will only start to assume that if we spend at least a few weeks below 70. But I'm not expecting it. I hate the fact that this candle is bad data. This candle is supposed to begin where the last candle ended. And this is the current weekly candle. This is actually one of our best case scenarios in that we have a very clear lower low, and we will see if we have a new weekly lower close, but that doesn't matter because last week had a new clear weekly lower close, and this week, the MRI buy week, we have a new swing low. This is already starting to look like a reversal candle. Because remember, this candle doesn't start all the way up here at 82,000. This candle actually starts at 78,500, maybe even a little bit lower. It starts where the last candle ended, and the last candle ended at 78,400. So this candle is already recovering, and it's holding the moving average. Now, we are talking 8 a.m. on a Monday. The stock market, the US stock market, is about to open in an hour and a half. And it can be a total bloodbath, dragging Bitcoin significantly lower. So tomorrow, I will probably do a show. I'm going to be going out to dinner soon. If something absolutely crazy happens in the next 3 hours, maybe I'll have to do an emergency show. Okay. And but as of right now, we are in an MRI buy scenario. Am I blindly buying this weekly MRI? The answer is no, not blindly. But this is the time to significantly consider long-term positions or low leverage long-term positions. What does that mean? 2x, 3x positions that you can hold for the next 3 months. Okay? I think the recovery from here is very, very likely. My ultimate target on this pullback was always 71,000. That's basically what I even mentioned when I took my initial exit at 98,000 in the end of November. Okay? Yeah, but I don't want to go to the Coinbase chart, guys. I am looking at your live chat. I like the index. I don't understand why TradingView is so terrible at this. This was my no buy zone, and that's why I was very concerned if the MRI buy opportunity came in my no buy zone. But we went below my no buy zone. And right now, the daily candle is starting to look like a reversal candle. What would have made me blindly buy this morning on the MRI buy weekly candle? Well, if this crash happened a little more in the middle of the week, like a Wednesday, and then this happened, if the crash actually made it below 72, and these are and conditions, by the way, in order for me to blindly scream off from the top of my lungs that this is the buy opportunity of the year, I would have needed this crash to occur in the middle of the week and down to 71 or close to 71 and a daily MRI buy. Now, we may still get a daily MRI buy at 71. Now, this blue line is a little bit higher on this chart, but I should lower it. I should lower it to 70, at least 71 and a half to make it consistent. This is a little more consistent. And it's also more consistent with the weekly candle. Now, we have 5 more days to get to the daily MRI buy. But if we are crashing to 71 5 days from today, 5 days after today is Saturday. I do not want to buy a weekly MRI buy candle if it's trading down here. I need strength. I need recovery. I'm going to go back to my statement that the following candle was the best buy of the decade. That was this candle right here. It also comes on a green diamond with alphanumerics. Alphanumerics was green. It was bouncing off a moving average. It was on the daily MRI with a reversal candle. And the next day, I was already bullish. And the following day, on March 12th, 2023, I was screaming from the top of the lungs, this is going to be the greatest buy of the decade. And 3 years later, well, maybe not 3 years later, 2 years later, I am completely correct on that. Okay. Now, we don't have this situation, unfortunately. Now, I'm curious where the weekly stood on this day. March 10, 2023. Let's see what the weekly looked like. Right here. The weekly was just coming off a red star candle. And the following week gave us a green star candle. So the green star candle happened on March 13, which is literally this day right here. So everything was lined up. It wasn't a daily MRI buy inside a weekly MRI buy. We can still get a daily MRI buy inside a weekly MRI buy. However, I don't want to see a daily MRI buy. And the reason I don't want to see a daily MRI buy is because if we get a daily MRI buy, which means we're going to be falling for the next 9 days. No, not 9 days, sorry. We're going to be falling for the next 5 days. At least 5 days. 5 to 6 days we'll have to fall. At least 4 days, probably 5. And if that happens, the weekly candle will look very, very ugly. The weekly candle would be sitting at the lows near 71. I don't want to see that. I want to see a flash crash to 71 and then instant recovery. So if we do flash crash to 71, I want to see it in the next 2 days. I want to see it in the next 48 hours. And then I'm also not blindly buying at 71. I would still buy it at current price. We are currently sitting at 76. I think 76 is the time to buy after it recovers from 71 to 76. Maybe you can take a stab at it at 76. Maybe it'll give you a 4-hour MRI buy at that point. Maybe it'll be close to an MRI buy. I mean, maybe we have a slow recovery and we get an MRI buy on the back end. But I need this MRI buy candle to look like a reversal candle when this week ends. I want it to look more like this 5 candle. Ideally without the upper wick, or even better, I want it to look like that recovery candle from March of 2023. Let's go back to March of 2023. Oh, I'm in 2019 already. Let's go to March of 2023. Right there. This is the kind of candle I want to see right there. Okay. And hopefully it's not a red candle, it's a green candle, because if it's a green candle, the red star on this current candle is going to go away. And it would have touched a moving average and bounced off of it. And then we may even get a green star candle soon after that, but on a daily, not on a weekly. Okay. So let's go back to the daily chart. So the daily chart, I would love for this low to stay in place. I'm okay with 74.5. 74.5 is close enough to 71. Okay. We have a weekly MRI buy. We can still flash crash lower, but it needs to be in the next 48 hours. I think Trump is in serious trouble right now, and he needs to stabilize the stock market. He is crashing the global economy. He's going to turn the entire world against him. That is very, very bad. This is the futures market. You can already see a recovery. I think Trump was bragging how after he put the sanctions in, 348 countries of the world. I know that's like double the number of countries in the world, but according to Trump, they all called him to renegotiate deals. I think these countries can now renegotiate deals and play hardball with Trump, because they can say, you know what, F you, we're not going to ship you any of our goods, and watch your inflation goes up. I think Trump is going to backpedal on a lot of these tariffs, and he's going to say how he renegotiated these incredible deals. I think Powell is not going to lower the interest rate no matter how much Trump screams. And I think Powell will resign before the end of the year. They will pull a bunch of strings and force Jerome Powell to resign. Technically, Trump can't fire him, but he can fire him and replace him with someone that can do whatever Trump says. The reason why Trump needs to lower the interest rate is because Trump wants to lower taxes for Americans. But he can't do it unless he can redenominate the debt of America at lower interest rates. So Powell is not going to play ball with Trump, and he shouldn't. So we will see who blinks first. I think this crash in the market is very, very bad for Trump. This is very, very ugly. This is very different than what happened before. Trump takes office in January. The election is November. Trump becomes president in January. And since the moment he took office, the stock market has done nothing but crash. He cannot let the stock market go into a bear market. We are on the verge of entering a bear market. We are down 17%. Officially it's 20% for a bear market. To me, I mean, this green line is there for a reason. The moment we lose this 200 period moving average, it's over. We're in a bear market. Trump cannot let that happen. He cannot let that happen. Again, he can bounce the stock market by eliminating the IRS, but he can't do it. He cannot do it. The deficit would be $3 trillion next year if he does. He can't get rid of the IRS. He can't lower taxes. And adding tariffs will only make inflation skyrocket. But hey, maybe Trump's accounting team will be more creative than Biden's team. Like I said, I am not happy with almost anything that Trump has done since getting into office, but at least we're not in World War III and there aren't nukes flying, which I would have been very concerned of had Trump not won the election. It looks like the COVID crash. Yes, but this is more dangerous than the COVID crash. COVID crash was forced shutdown of companies. This is voluntary selling of companies. Very different. Very different. Trump is really fucking the economy up very badly. Very badly. Even gold is falling, for fuck's sake. Oil is falling as well. Well, if no one's going to be shipping goods across the world, why do we need oil? So oil is also crashing. This is actually not great for Russia. So at least he's doing that. But Russia will be fine. They are now having very good economic deals, and the BRICS are doing well. I don't have time to get into currencies today, but it's interesting how oil is at a new swing low. Well, again, Trump is saying, look at the price of oil, it's gone down under my watch. But remember what oil did in COVID, right? It went negative, right? So Joe Biden could have also said, look at this amazing thing I did. Oil is free. Well, you can't leave your house to use any oil, but hey, it's free. No one needs oil anymore. I solved the world's problems of destroying the planet with oil. No more oil. You can't leave your house, and but no more oil, right? So again, Trump can stand there and say that he's lowering inflation by lowering oil prices, but that's because no one's going to be shipping goods to the U.S. So yeah, good luck with that. Let's see. The next time you need to change a light bulb on your foreign car, like a Toyota or a BMW, and you're going to see that light bulb costs $300. We'll see how that inflation works out for you. Okay. I don't have much else to say. The yield curve is dropping, and Bitcoin dominance is at a new all-time high. So when in doubt and not feeling well with the price of Bitcoin, just look at the shit coins and it'll brighten up your day, especially Trump coin. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Incredible. I love it. It's down to $7. $7. Melania coin, 50 cents. Excellent. Ethereum. Guys, Ethereum might actually die. It might actually die. That's awesome. Anyone else thinks this is awesome? We're about to get a second consecutive weekly MRI buy. We already had 2 weeklies in a row. Now we have another weekly. The monthly MRI buy couldn't even reverse it. So Ethereum is, wow. It's been going down ever since the Marxist. Have they had any more? I've been dying to put Mao in here. We had the Lenin upgrade, and then we had the Stalin upgrade. And if someone knows if there was another communist style upgrade to Ethereum, I would love to put Mao upgrade here, and then we need Castro, and then eventually Kim Jong. What was the father's name? I already forgot. It's all right. There's plenty of communist leaders out there. Plenty of communist leaders. So Ethereum is looking incredible. Binance coin's doing okay. Solana's doing awesome as well, but still like it's still on a slight bullish trajectory. But man, I can't wait for Ethereum to just die. That would be so awesome. Okay. Enough shitcoining? Oh, Litecoin. I'm still waiting on my 80%. It's coming. That's a new low, folks. That is a new all-time low. New all-time low in Litecoin. New all-time low. Not swing, but on a weekly close. New all-time low. It's going to hit my 80% target, which I announced the day of the halving. All right. Kim Jong II, thank you. Okay, I'll glance at your questions for a second, and then we're going to call it a day. I don't think I can make it to Chiang Mai, guys. I am going to go back to Bangkok, and after that, either Vietnam or Philippines before going to Japan. Long at 72. I plan to. I may just go. I may just leverage it up. Why in the middle of the week? Because at the end of the week, the candle would not look like it's recovering. I need a recovery. I need a drop in the middle of the week so that the weekly candle looks bullish. Tone, what does the cycle chart look like? It looks terrible. Cycle chart looks very, very terrible. It's by far the worst cycle. I don't think you can make up for it. We're usually at a time where we should be topping, but we're bottoming, hopefully soon. The cycle chart looks terrible. I don't know what to make of it right now. Very little optimism on Trump. Very little. He's not even stopping any of the wars. Starting new ones, but he's not stopping any of the old ones. No, it's not too late for Trump to turn it around. Plenty of time to turn it around, but I don't think he's thinking about turning it around. Guys, I've been looking for a top in gold, but it's just weird how gold is behaving compared to other markets. Zazo, thanks for joining us, man. Yeah, I still wouldn't buy Ethereum even on a monthly MRI buy. Trump going full neocon. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, he is. Let's look at the dollar. I actually am curious though, but it sucks to look at the. Oh, let me not do it here. Always make that mistake. It's hard to look at the dollar because the dollar is looked against other shit fiats. Dollar is dropping. Dollar dropping is kind of good for Trump. It a weak dollar creates more demand for U.S. goods, assuming we still make anything. But hey, subscriptions to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram are cheaper. I'm curious about the BRICS currencies. Not that one, though. Gone way too far. Turkish currency still devaluing. Indian rupee was devaluing. Hold on, I got some breaking news here. 1 second. Closed board meeting, April 7th, Federal Reserve. It is anticipated that a closed meeting of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System at 11:30 a.m. on Monday, April, that's today. They're meeting today. Will be held under the procedures set forth. Well, right. When your president crashes the stock market, the Federal Reserve needs to meet. Now, under normal conditions, the Federal Reserve would instantly lower the interest rate to support the stock market. But they're not going to do it this time. And I'll tell you why they're not going to do it this time. Because you have a president that has deliberately crashed the stock market in order to force the Federal Reserve to lower the rate. And the Federal Reserve is going to say, fuck you, Donald Trump. We are not going to lower the rate. Fire us. That's what Jerome Powell is going to say. At least that's what he wants to say. He may not say it. So if this was a natural crash, not deliberately caused by the Trump administration, the Federal Reserve would try to stabilize the stock market. But they are not going to do it unless they have been coerced or bribed into doing so. This is going to be a massive battle between Powell and Trump, because Powell knows what Trump's doing. And anyone smart in finance also knows what Trump is doing. And we're not happy about it. So let's see. I'm very curious how that meeting goes and what the announcements out of that meeting will be. Okay, so let's look it up. Emergency Fed meeting. Right there. Oh, wait, that's 2008. Jesus Christ. Google is such a shit search engine. How about something in the last hour? How about you pull up the Federal Reserve website? Jesus Christ. Anyway, they're holding an emergency meeting today. Like I said, under normal conditions, they would be lowering the interest rate to stabilize the market, but they won't do it. They won't do it because they know what is causing the problem. And I think Bitcoin is going to recover because I think people are about to find safety in Bitcoin. Because if Trump is going to continue to crash the market and the Fed is going to not accommodate Trump, then the only place, there has to be something that would go up in value. And I think Bitcoin will be it. So I'm keeping an eye on one more drop, probably at market open today, maybe tomorrow, based on what the Fed says later today or tomorrow. I don't know if it's a one-day meeting or a two-day meeting, but it's going to be a total shit show between Donald Trump and the Federal Reserve. And I think what Trump's doing is completely asinine. All right. And on this note, watch, I got totally banned for being anti-Biden administration, and for what I've seen of the Trump administration, they're equally as tyrannical on free speech as the Biden administration was. So now if I start being anti-Trump on live streams, I'm going to get censored and banned again. Tone Vase, the ultimate contrarian. All right, guys. I really expected more from him. I really, really did. Really, really did. Very disappointing. Thank you all for watching. Oh no, it's oil. I want to see what the futures are doing. Futures are already recovering, but market open is going to have a whole new set of worms in 1 hour from now. Good luck, guys. Unless something completely insane is happening, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you all for watching, and see you all on the next one. We'll take a look at MSTR next time, and Tesla next time as well. This video has gone long enough. Oh, I did want to look at, sorry, I did want to see the Russian currency. Where the hell is it? All right, the ruble is strengthening. Interesting. It's been strengthening versus the dollar all year long. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. No comment. I'll comment on, ooh. All right, let's Let's wait 2 days. I'll have lots to say on Tesla in 2 days. And wow, MSTR is actually holding quite well, really well. MSTR is holding well. All right, guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys. Wait, where do I stop screen share? There we go. All right, I'm in Koh Samui. In case someone's watching, that's in Koh Samui. I'll be here a few days, and then I'll be off to Bangkok. Bye, guys.